take a drive and listen to some good music. Listen to a podcast.
Listen to us.
Put the podcast on.
We're doing a Zoom karaoke night on Saturday.
Stop.
Yes.
Oh
you're
my
invited.
God. Yes, y'all. You know what's coming out of me.
I was going to say, I don't know how we can duet, but we're going to figure it out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
Welcome to Keeping It Casual.
A sex-positive dating and relationship advice podcast.
Yes, I'm married with 2 kids.
And I'm navigating this crazy dating world.
We're just here to share our drama.
And the wild stories of our listeners.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to our first Zoom podcast. A Zoomcast, if you will.
Yeah, Zoomcast. So I sound like I'm down a hallway, just, talking. I'm in a glass case of emotion right now.
Just a glass case of, I don't have any pants on. Ooh.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love this. This is great. We can see each other, but also hide things.
I have a blanket on.
Yeah. Very excited today because we got a big shout out to one of our newest partners, Like a Kitten. They're woman owned and operated who aspire to help women own their power in all areas of their lives with a particular focus on sexuality and strive to mainstream masturbation.
They provide sex toy subscription boxes, and their website is really beautiful and full of great insight on sex education with fun tips and tricks. So take a peek now at likeakitten.com and drop the code KEEPERS20 for 20% off anything.
I know, I already bought a quarantine box for my girl who's pregnant, Cass. Because I was like, what do you need for baby? She's like, girl, baby is covered. I was like, I think mama needs something too. So
yes.
I've got something for you. So we'll share more about Like a Kitten later in the show. We got some pretty cool news this week. We're so grateful. We were the first podcast to be featured on Radio Industry News, allaccess.com, and they're Women to Watch.
We are women to watch.
That's right. So big thanks to Charese Fruge from MC Media Online for sharing that platform with us.
And we shared a lot how much you guys have touched us, especially at this moment when we're in this weird fucking times right now, to remind us to, keep the podcast going and how it provides you an escape. It also gives you a bit of normalcy in your lives, but you do the same for us. Because honestly, recording with you gives me something to look forward to.
I know. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely a reason to do a Zoomcast and put on makeup and look pretty while we record or not.
or not wear pants. Thank you to Charese. Thank you to our listeners. We would not be able to have been in this without you.
I know. But we also shared some really cool advice for anyone wanting to start a podcast. So we'll actually share the link to the article in the show notes.
Yeah.
So what's been going on, girl? What you been doing?
I got furloughed from my fucking job. So there's that.
Oh, so furloughed is it's you get unemployment and you still get all your benefits. Is that what it is? And they bring you back?
Sometimes people are furloughed and they can't get unemployment. It's like a long unpaid vacation from my job, but I am right now in this crazy, crazy time. I am able to get unemployment. Really not that bad, other than the fact that I will be going crazy because I don't have a job right now.
You got this. You got this. You're going to find plenty of creative time.
4 months. When I get back in August,
dude,
I'll still have 2 weeks of vacation I have to take.
Dude, we're going to be back. It'll all be over one day and soon. And I have a song for everybody. If you need a song to get you through your moment, it's by the Supreme Jubilees, and it's called It'll All Be Over.
Sometimes, your burden, it gets so heavy. I want to let you know this evening, I want to let you know that if you can just hold on a little while longer, y'all. Because one of these old days, it'll all be over. It'll all be over. It'll all be over. Oh, and we won't have to cry no more.
It's such a great song. I shared it in my stories. I was like, oh, this song has got
actually,
so much soul.
You shared that song after I had a panic attack. Not a panic attack. I had an anxiety attack in Smith's.
Oh, God.
So here's the thing. my dude, he works in the medical industry, and he was starting to tell me, I was telling him how I got furloughed and everything, and he said, yeah, they've been talking about furloughing some of us too. And I went, exactly. I was like, wait, what? I was like, you're kind of like the most essentially needed people right now in this day and age. Yeah, he was telling me that some of his buddies that work in like the labs and universities that are trying to find like fucking cures and stuff for this virus going on are getting furloughed because supplies are low and this is going on and that's going on.
Wow.
And I just went, oh my God. And they've been talking about it at his hospital too. And hearing about that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
It's a lot.
And then going from that, like I was a little freaked out and I had to go like buy some groceries because I just needed to pick up a few things. So I went to Smith, Ralph's for some people, Safeway for other people, I do believe. Anyway, so
grocery store for everybody across the world.
Yeah. So I went to Smith's. Like I found all the stuff I needed, but I just noticed all the stuff off the like all the stuff that's missing off the shelves and all these people that were there, and it just like amped up my anxiety, and I had an anxiety attack.
It's overwhelmingly it's overwhelming reality. I don't like going to the stores. Chris has been going. Yeah,
that's good. I don't have somebody to go for me, you know. I gotta go buy my own shit.
How did you make it out of there? What did you do?
I know when I'm having a really bad anxiety attack because it affects my breathing, so I just kind of like I was standing there and I just was taking a few deep breaths, and I kind of calmed myself down a little bit. And this was right at the beginning of my shopping adventure too. So
because that's like at the moment where you just want to like drop everything and run. You're like, I have to get through this.
I had to get stuff. And the thing with me is when I go into the grocery store anxious, I bounce from aisle to aisle because like even if I have a list in front of me, I'm still like, I don't know where anything is, and I act like I don't know why I do that. But anyways, the good thing out of that is I walked out with a thing of a strawberry margarita mix, even though I'm not drinking anymore. We'll get into that in a second. I walked out with a thing of strawberry margarita mix and a, you know how they have like beer flights where you can try a bunch of different beers?
Yeah.
Well, they had cheese flights. So I bought myself a whole bunch of nice cheese. And I had a charcuterie board. But I got home that night and I made tacos for dinner for myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a strawberry margarita, but I rimmed it with tahini.
Such a good move. Yes. And a little salt. Tahini and salt, of course.
Yeah. I need to roll it back on the drinking though.
Why? Getting
quarantine has had me drinking, well, not slosh, but drinking nightly and drinking alone nightly, and I've never been one to drink alone.
Yeah, but I know sometimes you get into that like just groove. You're like, I'm just gonna kind of numb for a little bit, and
and you're like, I'll just it's just one Truly, and then one Truly, it's like, oh well, I'll have another one, and then it becomes like, I mean, I was waking up hungover and like gross, and I've noticed a little weight gain, and I mean, you remember I was sober for 5 months almost when I was on the weight loss journey.
I know you kicked it off with like straight. Bitch, I'm eating right and I ain't drinking. And I even tried to like, are you sure you don't want to drink? At a few events, you're like, nope.
Can't do it.
Conviction and discipline on this one.
Yeah, so I need to get back on the no drinking thing just for a few months while I like, you know, when you can just feel it in your body. Like my body is telling me like, take care of me right now. And I haven't been.
No, and it's okay. And I know a lot of people are dealing with that. And a lot of people are dealing because they're just like out of their routine. They're just like snacking or drinking, like, and the anxiety, I bet so many people, even I've had my moments too. Like I've never been the biggest drinker. I like love to smoke some ganja and chill sometimes, but even that has made me so anxious lately. And I know, I don't know why, but I cut that off. I was like, I can't even smoke right now. So then I started drinking a little more. And then I was like, okay, I'm trying to like stretch my body. We're getting out riding bikes with the kids and stuff, just kind of on our street, roller skating. But I got to move my body. My body's hurting from like not being as active as I usually am. So
not being active and not fueling it properly when you start drinking more, even if you're still eating healthy.
The drinking just does something to your body and your skin. Oh, you know what, guys? Have your drinks. It's all good, but just, you know, when your body's talking to you, that's all we're saying. Personally, when your body's talking to you, listen to
your body. That's all we're saying. Like if my body says you need water and I ignore it, guess what? I end up dehydrated and not feeling good. Or if my body says you need a cheeseburger, guess what? I eat a fucking cheeseburger.
If you are going to be, day drinking, night drinking while you're at home, just take 4 ibuprofen and slam some water before bed.
Drink a lot of water if you're going to be drinking. Yeah, I'm not here to judge anybody for drinking. Just like
no, not at all.
Not to smoke weed. It's just that we are listening to our bodies right now, and our bodies are saying, knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, my body's just really sore. So even if I can't, like if I rode bikes today, it's like I didn't do my full on workout and I'm not getting down on myself. But you really have an advantage to like exercise at home. You don't need a lot of equipment, but even if you just stretch, and if you don't know how to stretch, you're like, I don't really know, just sit down and just kind of
there's
sit
like
up straight.
10-minute yoga stuff on and it's all beginners yoga, like a lot of like cat and cow and
cow. Oh, I'm gonna do that right now.
Stretch. The child's pose is an amazing stretch. Like you can find those for free on YouTube.
I'm doing my cat cow right now.
Every time I've gone to get a Brazilian wax, if they I don't mind doing these to chest. I don't mind doing these to chest. I don't mind doing cat and cow. But one time I went and she was like, roll on your stomach and spread your cheeks. And I was like, can I go into cat and cow, please? And she, like, you could tell she wasn't a yogi because she was like, can you go into what?
You're like, she's like, get up on down dog.
I would rather do downward dog because she made me lay on my stomach and like spread my ass cheeks. And I was like, this ain't right. I don't like this. I was like, I feel like I'm prepping for like something that's not right.
Okay, so do you know so if you go into child's pose where you reach your arms forward and there's something called puppy pose where instead of your hips, your butt is seated on your feet, you slide your hands and your shoulders forward so you can open up your shoulders and your butt is straight up in the air.
I use that pose to have.
It's a good one.
I was gonna say
wax pose, but also a good shoulder opener as well.
I'm pretty sure that's kind of like when I'm doing doggy style, that's kind of what pose I'm in right now. Because like when I do a doggy style, I totally get into the yoga poses, like not knowingly, but I'm just like, okay, let's do it this way. This is comfortable for
puppy pose. I think that's why I liked it. I was like, I prefer this one. She's like, oh, you're like, I'll tip well.
Yeah, right.
Bitch, give it to me how I like it, okay?
Seriously. But when she was just like, roll on your stomach and spread those cheeks, I was like, and I had already been to beauty school, and I was like, I ain't never learned anything like that.
You would not be my ideal sexual partner, honey. Like, I'm not feeling this.
Could you imagine, like, prepping for anal, and he was like, all right, just roll and spread them, honey.
Like I'm sure it's been said before, but also like have some finesse. Like don't use your words unless you need them to confirm that it's okay. But not a lot of words need to be said. No.
So
sometimes.
So you have been like taking the kids on bike rides and stuff. Have you been doing anything else? Or
every day they want to do bike rides. Just been like cooking and stuff. I've actually been like deep diving into like my spice drawers, and I think I said this on our productive little things episode, which we got a lot of feedback on. So people are sending us their tips and tricks.
We'll get there in a second.
We'll sprinkle those. But I'm just trying to see what I have with all my ingredients. So like, what can I make? I'm gonna make this, but I'm always missing like one ingredient to make it happen. I'm like, fuck, I guess I'm gonna do grilled cheese.
I think you can lose the one spice.
No, not when it's French onion soup and you need like 3 more onions.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that's a whole nother story. I took a mini road trip today just because I needed to get the fuck out of town.
Where did you go?
Leave. I mean, we're technically can leave the state, but we really shouldn't leave the state right now. So I'm just saying we can't leave the state. So I went to Central Nevada, and I went to this little town called Beatty.
I think we've done motorcycle rides there. Okay, Beatty.
Yeah, it's like the Nevada's gateway to Death Valley. And I wanted to go to Death Valley, but all the national parks are closed now, so I couldn't go to Death Valley. And then I drove through Goldfield, which is like a haunted town, and it looks very abandoned, but supposedly there are people that own all the buildings there. And because you're a radio person, so you explained this, they have one radio station in the town.
Awesome.
Small little town. And I saw the radio station, and I went there, and I was like, oh my God. So it's like one DJ booth, and it's like old school where you can see, they have the windows so you can see what the jock is doing.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that.
I was so excited about it. There was no jock in there, obviously, because essential businesses and et cetera right now.
Sure.
And then they had like a window that said, with a little slot that said like, you can leave your suggestions here. And then they were piping the music outside, and it was this like old, like,
that's cool. Respect.
40s country music, and it was so creepy. And I thought, I was like, this is like the beginning of my horror movie.
Ghost town, like the tumbleweed goes by. You're like, I'm gonna die today.
That's how I felt, but it was so fun, and I was so excited. I was like, Natalie, take a video of me right now. And it was so windy, you can't even hear the video. It was so fun. And then I as we're driving out of town, I put that radio station on and listened to it for a little bit and listened to some weird country music I would never listen to.
Yeah.
We also went to the we went up to Tonopah and went to the Clown Motel.
Wow, you went all the way to Tonopah?
Yeah, it's like a 3.5-hour drive. It was
okay. It's honestly, anybody wants to take a drive right now, they're like, I just want to drive. I'm gonna 3 weeks to the gallon.
Dude, I really did. So we went up to Tonopah. I went to the Clown Motel. They have like a graveyard right next to that I walked through and like got to see the grave of the guy who created the Clown Motel. And
only Bree would find that.
True. It's true. Only I would find a Clown Motel with a graveyard right next to it.
That's on Bree's like TripAdvisor list, top list. She's like, I'll find you every haunted house in the whole world.
Yeah, I don't think seriously, I probably will. So we went to the Clown Motel, and so my friend and I were like, you know what? Why don't we just we want to, when social distancing isn't a thing and businesses are open again, because there was a lot of really cute craft stores and like general stores and thrift stores that we were like, God, I wish we could go check it out right now, but obviously everything's closed. So we think we're going to go back up there and maybe stay for a few days and, explore the town.
Very cool. I love that. That's not too far from Vegas also.
No, it was just a good day trip up in the mountains. It was cold. I've still never been to Tahoe.
Oh, girl, we need to do a KIC live from Tahoe. It's happening this time next year.
It's already sold out. Yeah, we wanted to do a tour, but we got put on quarantine. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. They're fine with that. They're like, we're not going anywhere this year, so good luck to you. Good luck to your tour. We'll check in with you at end of the year next year for a tour.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was worth it. Oh, this is the one thing I do have to say. I almost forgot this, and this was the best part of the whole trip. So where we drove past Area 51 area, and right at the where you can see Area 51 extraterrestrial highway, they have that alien general store.
Yeah.
Well, Natalie and I go in there and we see this this shirt that says Alien Cat House, and we're like, oh, that's funny. Mm-hmm. And then I see a sign that says Alien Cat House Brothel, and I was like, oh my God, this exists. So we go and we drive up to it, and it's closed because brothels are non-essential businesses right now.
No, and let's not have prostitutes touching you, okay? Let's not.
It's not essential right now. Yeah. So we go.
The ladies don't need you touching them either.
Right. I think the girls still live there though. Yeah. I don't know if they were still living there, but there was this little scroll marquee sign that was hot girls, happy ending massages. And I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. An alien themed brothel.
That's hilarious. That's where most of the brothels are, just on the outskirts of
Nye County.
Vegas and stuff. Yeah. You're like, oh, I only saw this on the HBO show.
Yeah. But I think we need to get a sex worker from the alien brothel on. I think that would be a great interview if we could find one.
Let's go. We got some questions. That's for damn sure. What a juicy episode. Why not? We don't judge. Sometimes.
Exactly. Alien Cat House. So I took a picture in front of the sign. I'll post it on the Instagram, guys. Okay. I was very excited to find the Alien Cat House.
You must. I'm also I want you to share this screenshot of this dope song that everybody needs to just heal their soul with right now as well. Well, anything else? We got some really fun feedback from you guys for just little things of what you guys are doing to stay busy.
One of our listeners, she wrote in and told us that she and her boyfriend hosted an office themed party with each other. So they got dressed up and had a nice dinner with each other. And then they did if you're an Office fan, they did the Dundee Awards with their friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they filmed a little YouTube video of it, and on their TV they put the Chili's sign in there on the background, so on mime casted the Chili's logo. So it looked like the full Office episode. It was amazing. I loved it.
They gave they made an award ceremony for their friends. That's hilarious.
They did the Dundee Awards, and it was so funny. It was so random, and I was here for it.
That is awesome. Now that's thinking out of the box, seriously.
Yes.
So what else do we got? Okay, so Jane, who's in Florida on the beach, she just was like, I have to curate kind of a little schedule for myself, because from workouts to cooking, even some online stuff. And, she goes, I'll leave myself a little downtime, even window. So it kind of gives me something to look forward to. Like, hey, downtime, sit down and watch a movie, a show after this. She goes, otherwise, I just, I've caught myself on days where I'm just being lazy all day. And, sometimes you wait for that energy come to get your workout on. You're not going to do it. So schedule it. So I like the thought of her just kind of scheduling stuff is a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
So
good. And that's something I'm going to have to really do for myself now because I don't have a job right now.
Yeah, just little things. Like I'm going to do a little workout at this time, but I like how she said, I'll even schedule like, let's watch some shows because you can get sucked in. And here's the thing too, man, have a plan, but don't feel bad if you just want to like, have a frustrating day and nothing's going right and you just want to watch TV all day. I mean, we kind of have that luxury right now to just be like, whatever, today.
My first day of furlough, I went to Target and I almost went off on this lady because she wasn't standing the 6 feet behind me in distance.
Oh, bitch, back up.
Exactly. She just had like her cart length distance between us. And I was just like, and I like pointed to the thing and she just like acted like she didn't hear me. And I was like, this bitch.
Can you back up? I know, right?
And then so I got so stressed out and so frustrated that I came home and slept I took a nap probably at 4:00 and slept for quite a while because I just, stress naps.
Dude, I'm the same. I get so stressed out and I'm not a big napper. I've never really been a napper. But if I get really like stressed out, like it's almost like my body needs to reset and I get sleepy. I get like weirdly sleepy and I'm like, oh, I am just going to like sleep and it's all better. And I wake up so much energized.
Yeah.
My brain can't handle it. I'm like frustrated and stressed.
If you guys are just like depressed, frustrated and stressed and you need to take a nap, take a fucking nap. No judgment here.
No, not at all. I really like this one, though. Let's speak about being a little more productive, too. This one's from Alyssa in Florida, and she said, I wanted to give a recommendation to help with the quarantine blues. I've been using EDX for free online classes. They have everything from languages, design, nutrition, science, computer classes, and so much more. It's a really cool and easygoing side gig. I actually, Chris is like, yeah, I've used it before, and I even looked on it, and these are like over 2,000 free, like university level courses, and you can even like earn some certificates. So
that's awesome.
That's some boss level shit. So
follow,
send her a shout and send her some love on Instagram. She's at Natural Born Killer 15. What?
Yes.
I like
all
that.
Right. And then you told me we got this like crazy why did I date him story. So we did. MJ checked this email. She starts telling me about it and I was like, stop it.
Yeah.
And you didn't even finish reading the email.
No,
right?
same. I read it. I started reading it and I was like, ooh, red flag. Ooh. And then I was like, I don't even want to finish this. I want us to finish it together. So
you wanted real reactions from both of us.
Yeah. So we'll get into it in just a sec.
What's up? It's MJ and Bree. You guys, we just got a huge present in the mail and we want to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Like a Kitten.
Their mission is to inspire women to explore, pamper, and love themselves.
Yeah. So each quarter you'll receive a beautifully packaged box. It's themed for the season. It includes at least one motorized toy and tons of goodies to mainstream masturbation.
Staying in touch with your body is very powerful, especially when you aren't having sex. It keeps you feeling sexual.
That's right. And if you're married or in a relationship, it's kind of your loophole to new sensations.
No matter what you're going through in life, pleasure should never be neglected.
Damn right. So we just received our sexy spring boxes.
And you guys, they are curating a quarantine box at this very moment.
Oh, they know. They're here for us. So I was curious, what was some of your favorite stuff in here besides the incredible
Butterfly Kiss silicone vibrator?
Oh my God. Yes.
The attention to detail in this box is amazing. They send you batteries that have high heels on them.
Yeah, it's called Dead Batteries. They have like quotes on the batteries. They're pretty dope.
Yes, they are. Also, I am in love with the Eye of Love pheromone perfume.
I know. You know how Bree loves her pheromone. She's always sharing with us. Plus, you guys, we got butt plugs, okay? And they're so sexy. They have like a little flower on the end, so that way it's kind of a surprise, because you just put it inside and you prime, and then when it's time to get down, they're like, oh, is there a flower peeking out there?
Or we know MJ's going to give it to Chris. I actually am really excited to try the strawberry flavored lube.
I know. They also have this Kissaboo tingly lip balm. It basically like tingles everywhere you kiss, but we can't give away all the secrets in the box. You're just going to have to get one for yourself because it is time to release your inner sex kitten. Meow. Right, meow.
Go to likeakitten.com. Use code KEEPERS20 at checkout for 20% off of your seasonal subscription box. That is likeakitten.com. Use code KEEPERS20.
They're waiting for you.
All right, so here's a why did I date him story. It says, hey, you gorgeous gals. So I listened to your whole 2019 life in this time span of 2 months. It feels so weird being caught up and not binge listening.
Aw.
I know. I have a why did I date him story. It's less funny, more like, what the fuck? I wanted to remind everyone that toxic people usually wait and bring the toxicity slowly into everything.
Very true.
So I dated this guy a few years ago. We dated just shy of a year. The first 4 months were great. I thought this guy was incredible. Then all of a sudden, I was going on a hike without him, and he somehow convinced me that having my location was a good idea. So
okay.
Yeah, okay, not a bad deal. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, because like I have my location turned on for my best friend. Like when she traveled to Paris alone, and I traveled to Australia alone. We were watching. I guess we thought we could Liam Neeson each other and Taken.
Yeah. But you know what? That's really thoughtful, and that's somebody you're like, they care about me and want me to be safe. So yeah, I think that's good. But this is the story of how little red flags can lead into big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says, so I agreed, but in my mind, I was going to delete it after the hike. Then when I tried to stop sharing my location, it turned into some twisted thought process that I'm cheating, and I wasn't. Then came the phone searching. I had nothing to hide. Says I had nothing to hide, so I handed him my phone. He searched everything, social media, photos from even before we dated, text calls, app history. I felt weird and I was lost because I thought he was great and I wanted to prove I wasn't doing anything. Listen to this. One of the times we slept over with each other, I fell asleep and he searched my phone. I had roughly 1,000 friends on Facebook, and when I woke up, I had about 400 left.
Oh, hell no.
What the
Fuck, man. Oh my God. I hate this guy.
I know.
His stupid fucking face.
Fuck this trolling guy.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah. He told me he deleted anyone that was a male from school, slutty looking females, or anyone he thought would be a bad influence on me. No, he didn't.
So he was like, oh, mom, fuck that one. She's a whore.
She's like, that's my mom. Yeah, right?
Grandma, we don't like her.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
She's like, why did you delete all my cousins and my uncles? Fuck those guys. We're not allowed here. Wow. Okay.
That one looked a little molesty. Oh, God, I'm pissed. Anyways, continue.
Unfortunately, that wasn't even the breaking point yet. Shortly after that, I went to Greece for a wedding. He didn't come with me, more because I needed my time. But he picked a fight with me every night because, one, I didn't have Wi-Fi outside of the hotel. And two, when I arrived back to the hotel, he could tell when the Wi-Fi was working again because the message would show delivered. So if I came back later than 10 p.m., it was a fight. He also creepily would tell me that he was laying in my childhood bed because he could smell me on it.
Wait a minute. He said he was sleeping in her childhood bed because he could smell her on it.
Yes.
Okay, so like that'd be cute if like I went to my boyfriend's house and sprayed my perfume on one of his pillows and he was like, oh, it smells like you, which I did with my ex-boyfriend. So I wonder if the girl he's cheating on me with got to smell me.
Probably. You know that you always smell good. I can smell you coming to the door. I'm like, there she is.
She probably thought it was her scent, and it's like, no, that's all Bree right there. But yeah, that'd be cute if like my current guy, if I like was at his house, I sprayed my perfume on there, whatever, and he was like, oh, it smells like you. That's cute. You don't go into somebody's childhood bed while they're out of town to smell them once you've deleted all their fucking friends off Facebook.
Oh my God, I know. It was like, that was just getting like too much. She said, well, I didn't want to break it off in Greece because he was babysitting my younger brother at my parents' house.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Like she doesn't live at her parents'. He's helping with the brother, and that's why he was in her bed from when she was a kid. Okay. We follow. We know why this is creepy. She's like, I'm a grown adult now. I have my own apartment. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she said, but once we opened that door to walk inside the house, I was like, get out, and had to block him on everything.
Good.
It was a real shit show, and I can't believe I stayed the amount of time I did. I was so young and freshly out of high school at the time, and he was a nicer, older guy, or so I thought. I didn't realize every time he brought me flowers to apologize, he would cry, and I would hug him back. I was just encouraging his behavior. Yep. Thank you so much, ladies. I love you both. Girl, we love you.
We love you too, girl.
For sharing this.
Thank you so much, because that's a very cautionary tale right there. And that is the thing, like, don't blame yourself for staying so long. Do not. Ugh, sorry, I'm really frustrated with this.
Yeah.
My last relationship was very emotionally abusive. I don't really talk about it much on here. I like make fun of him and whatever. Coming out of it, I did, like, when I was in it, I didn't realize what was going on, because you're so in love with this person and you're so enamored by this person because they're so great. The first 4 months, the first year and a half, they're so good to you. They're so great. And then the fighting starts, and then they'll fight, and then they'll cry and fight for you back and do this grandiose thing, like, this great thing for you, and you're like, oh, well, and you'll make excuses for them, and not necessarily to your friends. You will make excuses for them in your own fucking brain. I did that because they have manipulated you to be so in love with them that you're just like, oh, well, you know, he was being mean to me because he is going through A, B, and C right now.
Yeah. Well,
it's like, but they're always going through A, B, and C.
I know. And sometimes people can mistake that really controlling like behavior as protective. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, well, let me look at your phone if you don't have anything to hide, and making you feel guilty and flipping the tables on you. That is your personal space. Like, I don't even have a password on my phone. Neither does Chris. Do I give a fuck what's going on his phone? No, because we have trust, and it's always been like that. I've never been the type of person. The only time really
you might care what's going on his phone, if he's like, hey, my phone's ringing, will you pick it up for me?
Those little red flags can start as like, oh, he's just being protective. I'm going on a hike. I'll give him my location. That's really cool. I respect that. You know, then it's like, you want to fucking go through my Facebook and delete people and all my friends, like you're cleaning house in my life, like, and nobody asked you to. That is bad news, you know? And then I'm sure there was a lot of, I'm sorry, and rationalizing and making her feel like, I just love you and care about you, and I don't want slutty girls in your life. Or any men.
Yeah. And you know what? I do want to say this. Abuse doesn't always come physically, and just don't blame yourself because maybe you went through an abusive relationship mentally, emotionally, etc. Don't look at somebody who's been physically abused and been like, well, they've had it worse, because we all go through trauma. And that is very traumatic what that girl went through.
Well, and it's hard to recognize those little red flags that are like kind of the road to really toxic relationship behavior. And, you know, just like obsessing on like your location and, oh, that's creepy. Like, she's like, okay, when I was out of the hotel, my phone wasn't working when I was back. It was like, ding. And he's like, she's back and she's not calling me right away. Like, dude, calm down. People that are like that are so unhappy.
We'll use my ex for an example. When I would go off on him and be like, why are you doing this? He would turn it around and it would be my fault that he was doing the bad thing to me. And that is when I was just like, this is not right. This does not make sense.
Yeah. When I asked her, she actually said something really cool, because I was like, hey, you know what? I said, we'd really love to share this story this week, and I'm going to make you anonymous. But I think it's really important because I think it's very relatable. We get a lot of silly, why did I date him? So a lot of quick stuff. Yeah. But this one was different. And I was like, you know, I think it'd be very, very important. But she said, you know, I think people forget that toxic relationships usually include people who are great at convincing and apologies. So when people ask, why didn't you leave sooner? You still feel this connection. And it's important for women to not allow being mistreated just because he tells you he loves you or buys you something right after. Like, the apologies, how many times are they going to feed you that sorry sandwich?
Every single time, because there's a trauma bond there. They'll do something traumatic to you, and then they'll do something grandiose afterwards, and it bonds you guys together further. I've read a lot into this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just, you know, recognize if it's somebody trying to control or manipulate you, and if you would do the same to somebody else. I think if you could put yourself in another relationship and just say, you know, if this was me, would I act like this? Or would I do that? You know, I don't.
And if you're not recognizing it, don't beat yourself up after the fact. Because, like, I beat myself up after my last relationship. Why did I allow this behavior? I allowed that behavior because I didn't realize what was happening. So don't beat yourself up for it. That's the one thing I will throw out there.
Even though we feel a little stuck, figure out like what your next move is. Sometimes you have to do a little prepping, a little planning on the side and figure out financially, logistically, like what it would take to get out of a situation, maybe reach out to some friends. But it's a scary time to be dealing with all that. But it's also, you don't want to be stuck in a moment like that as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we're in this quarantine thing, if you are in an abusive relationship right now, you can always call 911 and order a pizza.
Really?
Yes. Our friend who's a 911 dispatcher told me this, that if you call 911 and make it sound like you're ordering a pizza, they will know exactly what to do and they will know the right questions to ask on the other end.
Wow.
I want a large cheese. And then they'll ask, are you being abused? Yes. Yes, a large cheese is good. Is something happening right now? You answer yes or no. Yeah.
Oh my God, I never knew that. You guys, that's really awesome to know. Please share that with everybody. Thank you for sharing the story and thank you for all the feedback on the cures for quarantine blues and staying productive, So just listen to your body, keep your mind healthy, keep your body healthy if you can right now. That's what we're all striving for.
Go on a random road trip to a weird little ghost town if you need to, or
take a drive and listen to some good music. Listen to a podcast.
Listen to us.
Yeah. Put the podcast
or throw an office theme party, you and your roommates or your spouse. My friend and I we're doing a Zoom karaoke night on Saturday.
Stop.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, I better be. Yes, y'all. You know what's coming out of me.
I was going to say, I don't know how we can duet, but we're going to figure it out.
Oh, I love it all. Well, you guys keep sliding into those DMs. And if you want to drop a rating and review, it helps big time.
Yes. And honestly, on the review, you don't even have to say like, I love Keeping It Casual, the podcast. You could just be like, I'm following instructions, 5 stars. Because it brings us up on the charts for some reason.
They love reviews. It's still the Wild West of podcasting, but that's how we figure. So if our podcast is changing your life like you're changing ours, please share that with us because
we love all of you.
Love to support.
And until next time,
bye.
Oh, good times. We hope you related.
If so, let us feature you. Email us at feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com or show you're a keeper on Facebook. Like the Keeping It Casual page and join the group.
Yes, bonus. If you rate and review on Apple Podcasts, you get into our monthly Keeping It Casual swag giveaway. It's the last Wednesday of every month.
More hookups when you share us on your Instagram stories at Keeping It Casual Podcast.
That's right. Find me anywhere socially at MJ Radio Diva.
And I'm everywhere at Bree Mixed, BreeMixed.
Keep it casual.
Bye.